Mount Kongo is the highest peak in Osaka Prefecture. It's a 40-minute drive outside of Osaka City, positioned between Osaka, Nara, and Wakayama prefectures. It's popular with Japanese for its beauty, variety of trails, its ancient shrine and temple, castle ruins, historical battles, and legendary characters. There are a variety of trails, but today I'll take one of the harder trails that is a bit steeper and has 3 picturesque waterfalls. At the base of the mountain is the Mountain Tofu Shop, which is a great place to stop for fresh soy milk. They sell 500 milliliter bottles for 350 yen, about $3 American. They also sell tofu and soy-based ice cream. They have regular soy flavor milk and black bean flavor as well. Both are very rich and creamy and full of protein, which is great for the hike. All right, I got my soy milk, which is only made of soybeans. And I have my super snack, which is going to give me enough energy to get to the top of the mountain, get through the waterfalls, check out the shrine, the temple, feed birds if they're there, and make my way back down, but not before I have cup noodles from the retro vending machine. Now what this snack is Japanese mochi with sweet bean paste inside. So the rice provides the carbs, the beans provide protein, and sugar gives me energy. And it goes good with this soy milk, which is packed full of protein as well. Super thick and creamy. Okay, that's gonna give me some energy to get all the way up to the top. We're gonna take the trail that has 3 waterfalls. So it's usually pretty interesting and nice view. But before we start, just fill up with some of the mountain water here. A lot of people come here just to fill up their water tanks even for daily use. So it's clean water. Here's the first waterfall, and it's got a lot of nice water flowing down, which is great. And you might notice a lot of fallen trees on the trail today. And that's because Japan has very steep mountains, and they also have a lot of heavy rainfall and typhoons. So a lot of times these trees fall down with landslides. You can almost feel the mist coming off the waterfall to here. Nice and cool. Okay, there's the second waterfall. A lot of trees have fallen, but we'll get in there for a closer look. And here we come to the third waterfall, which is a really nice one too. The actual trail sort of gives out, and the remainder of the hike, you're actually walking up the boulders of the stream here. We just exited that stream or creek route and cut up through the forest to get to the ancient burial site. Here's the cemetery area. The temple has been here since the 8th century, so some of these are very old. Well, we're on the top of the mountain, and we'll just head to an area where sometimes birds come to feed, and also we'll make our way to the shrine and temple, and then make our way back down after checking out some of the other spots on the top here. Hey Doug. 大丈夫です。
よかった。
優しそうな。
そう。すぐ撫でて欲しがる。
いいですね。
ありがとうございます。
And here's the shrine, Katsuragi Shrine at the top of Kongo Mountain. Here we come to a stone that's called luck stone or fortune stone. And in Shintoism, sometimes stones are sacred as they designate where a god has descended to earth. And just like that stone in Shintoism, in the animistic way, is sacred, so are trees and other things in nature, as is all of nature. But here we have two trees, spruce trees, that are connected. And I guess in a sense that makes it lucky. And they're called couples tree because they're connected. And they're pretty interesting because they're so big. And here's the Buddhist temple on the top of the mountain, Tempo-rinji. Founded 1200 years ago here. Used by the Shugendo sect of Buddhism, the Yamabushi, or the mountain monks, for their training. Here are some Yamabushi, or the mountain monks. Even today, they'll sometimes practice, and regular people can join as well to just participate in the sort of a spiritual experience, if you will. It's about 4 degrees cooler, 4 degrees Celsius cooler up at the top here. And I've climbed this mountain probably about 50 times. But here's a board where people that have climbed over 200 times have their names placed on the board here. Every time they come up, they get their name stamped or registered, and eventually they're put up here on this board. So over 200 times is pretty good. But the guy here at the very top, Mr. Hirano, has climbed it 15,000 times. At the very top left corner, that says 15000 kai ijo. So more than 15,000 times. Looks like the canteen is closed. But one thing they have here which is good is the drink machines, but kind of retro style cup noodle vending machine. And it even has the chopsticks. That you can use. And maybe even foreign friendly, they have forks here. Hot water in. And complimentary chopsticks. Head back down this way because it leads to the castle ruins. Sixth stage, meaning more stairs. Stage 3, almost back down and almost to the castle. This stone designates where the castle is, and this is the direction we go. Here's a plaque showing that Chihaya Castle is one of the top 100 castles in Japan. So this was where Kusunoki Masashige's castle once stood. It is no longer here because it was a castle from over 1,000 years ago. But it's still, the remains, the place in which it was, is still famous. And it's still one of the top 100 castles, even though it's not here, in Japan. And the reason is, many castles no longer exist, but there's still, the place in which they stood is famous because of the historical significance. And Kusunoki Masashige defended the emperor at the time against the rising shogunate, which was giving way from the Shinto power of the emperor to the Buddhist military type power of the samurai. So he is remembered as someone, in a sense, a nationalistic way, that defended the emperor against what you could say was a military uprising.